Hey everybody, this is Dominique with Black Girl Reviews, and today I'm coming with The Girls Are Fighting. I just made that up. I hope y'all like this video. It's going to be about the Real Housewives of Atlanta girls. After the episode wrap, they got on Twitter and they had some things to say, honey. Okay, it was from Monietta to Candy to Drew to Kenya. They all got on Marlo, Bud, or whoever it was. So let's get right into it, okay? So first we have Kenya. She got on Twitter to retweet a fan's comment. The fan said, "I'm so tired of Marlo. Why bring it up now just to have an extra problem with Candy?" And then Kenya said, "Worst housewife ever. Everything is made up to keep her leftover peach." If I had to guess, I think the fan is talking about the fact that Marlo likes to bring up the fact that her nephew died and how upset she is. And this is in every other scene that she has by herself. But yet, when they get in the group, she doesn't want to talk about it. Like, just like when she discussed it with Drew the other night at the end of the other event, why you didn't bring up to Candy in her face that you had an issue with her about your nephew passing away. You don't say nothing then, but you go off on Drew. And then this time, Kenya tries to bring it up, even though you already had a whole conversation, a whole scene about it with Courtney. This time, Kenya tries to bring it up, but yeah, you shut it down. Somehow, well, no one knows, no one was there. Like, how convenient, since Drew wasn't there, you can say that no one was there to see what happened with you going off on Drew about your nephew passing away. Girl, it is getting old and stale, like Kenya said, and I'm as a fan is over it. I'm not believing. I mean, I believe that your nephew passed away. Yes, I do believe that. Are you triggered with Candy over your nephew passing away? No, I don't believe that. Allegedly, I don't believe that. Do I have to say allegedly on that? I'm gonna just add it on there just because I'm just saying people are crazy out here. So no, I don't believe that you're triggered over the shooting at Blaze that happened to your cousin who got shot at his own home that used to work at Old Lady Gang, and the person who shot him used to work there too or worked there at the time. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that, and I can tell that the fans are not feeling Marlo in that whole storyline. Let's go on to the next one because it's not over. Next, Monietta was upset. I really think Monietta, I forgot to say this in my review, but Marlo pretty much called Monietta Kenya's emotionally support companion. And Monietta really don't even be talking bad about nobody, honestly. And Marlo likes to do these little digs at Monietta like she is nobody. When you just got your peach, honey, like 2 years ago. Calm down. So Monietta on Twitter said, "Here we go again. The canned peach Marlo talking out both sides of her neck, always behind my back, never to my face. I don't respect that. You need to worry about getting that nasty hack slash cough you had for the past 2 years checked out at Real Housewives of Atlanta." Yeah, and I forgot to say that too. Marlo was like, at any possible time that when Kenya was talking or a random moment where she ain't saying much, she go like, girl, ew. Like, ew, I would have threw on my mask if I would have heard someone cough most of the times like that around me, especially in a van, in a closed van. First of all, when I travel, I don't care. If I was traveling with those group of women like that, I would have had a mask on. If I'm traveling on the plane, still to this day, I wear a mask because I'm not about to go nowhere in a closed, confined area with people who I don't know if they're sick or not. Like, I don't want to be sick. I'm traveling somewhere to have fun. I'm not traveling to get there and then feel sick. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure Monietta is talking about that whole situation when Marlo was calling her a emotionally support companion, pretty much trying to say that she ain't nobody. She just there to follow behind Kenya, pretty much. And I don't like that. And I'm glad Mongetta added her and put a act to who she talking about, and not made it seem like she was just talking to just any old body. Next, we got Drew. Drew said, demanding Kenya to kick her daughter out. Really? Same Monty, different day. Not surprised. True Marlo fashion with the throw up emoji. Today drained me. Real Housewives of Atlanta. So Drew is talking about the whole situation where I forgot to say this too in my review, and so I'm glad I'm doing this extra video. She's breaking up the fact that when they said, "Oh, Kenya might be in there with her daughter," and she was like, "I don't care. She need to kick her out. She need to get another room. She needs to come on with us and hang out with us. She need to not be in there with her daughter." Marlo, I know you don't know how a parent should be around their child. You haven't really experienced that great old jolly feeling of having your parent there all the time. But you telling a single mother who doesn't have any help, whose baby daddy is in another state, who can't be relied on, who can't even give her a divorce and move on and have a situation where they can co-parent healthy. You know this lady is doing everything on her own, and y'all know at this point she's going to bring her daughter with her to wherever she goes. Why are we still talking about Kenya bringing her daughter where she goes when you know she has no help? Like, Marlo, I know you just send your nephews to their mama house when you go out of town, so you don't have to worry about them messing up your house while you gone. But Kenya is actually a mother. She's a mother. She has a daughter, a young daughter that she just can't leave at home when she's filming for Real Housewives of Atlanta. She has to take her daughter with her. Okay? So you telling her to leave her daughter or leave her and get her another room so her 2-year-old daughter can be with a nanny full time. You know how much money that costs to have a nanny 24 hours staying with your child 24 hours just because you're trying to film a show? Like, the nanny needs a break. It needs to go to sleep. Okay? So I'm glad Drew got into Marlo. But the thing is, Drew didn't add Marlo. So next, we have Candy. A fan of Candy said, Candy probably could have been more sympathetic, but Marlo also could have just called Candy directly and told her that her feelings were hurt as soon as it happened. Using it as a storyline is weird. And Candy said, so weird, with the face. Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like I said, Marlo is really using a 2020 incident as a storyline in 2023 about how her feelings was hurt back in the day. And girl, you had 2020, 2021, 2022. Now 2023, you want to bring up the fact that your feelings was hurt back in the day for Candy? It just seems real calculated and just like you're pulling stuff to get at Candy and make her look bad. And it's not making her look bad, it's making you look weird. Very. Like, girl, what? If you needed help, if you needed flowers, if you wanted her to do more, why you didn't say nothing? Why you didn't say, Candy, I really thought that we was in a better place. Even when y'all filmed 2 days after she texted you what she said, why you just didn't say it to her face like, hey, I'm expecting a little bit more from you, honestly. Like, this is your ex-employee. I understand that you probably didn't know him like that. But why am I not getting like more sympathy from you, honestly? Like, I don't feel like you care. And maybe that could have opened up a discussion with you and Candy, honestly. Maybe that could have been the moment where you and Candy's friendship could have made a turning point. But obviously, you don't want to have a turning point with Candy. You just want to make a point. with Candy, and it's not working. The fans do not like it. I don't like it, and honestly, I'm over it. Honestly, I can see why Candy said it's weird. It is weird. It's giving weird. It's giving weird behavior, and it's giving weird that you would use your nephew's death as a talking point on a reality TV show, and it really did not affect you. You were really making it seem like you were just triggered off of a shooting that had nothing to do with you. It's just weird. It's just weird when you really break it down, the whole incident that Marlo is trying to make it seem like she's so triggered about years later. I'm not saying you cannot be triggered, but at the same time, you're trying to make it seem like your nephew shooting at his home by his roommate had something to do with Candy. Like, what do you think is happening behind the scenes? You think Candy is like, shoot him up? Like, oh, in our handbook at the restaurant is clean silverware, shoot him up, bring your guns, and clean napkins. It just doesn't make sense, and I don't like to rack my brain around reality TV storylines. I shouldn't have to do that. It should be just light, fun, and airy. And Marlo brings the gloom, doom, and sadness to the show. Like, she takes this show to a negative point, and I hate it. Really, I really do. I'm talking to y'all, Bravo. I know y'all be looking at these little small content creators like me and trying to see what we got to say. And that's how I feel. Okay, so yes. That wraps up The Girls Are Fighting. I'm probably going to have more of these going on throughout the season. But I really wanted to bring up this because Monyetta had something to say. Drew had something to say. Candy had something to say. And Kenya had something to say. So I had to bring this to y'all and see what y'all had to say about it. Please let me know in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel about the whole incident with Marlo and calling Monyetta, emotionally support companion. Pretty much kind of call her like emotionally support dog. It reminds me of Bria on Martha's Vineyard and her dog. Come on now, you know what she was trying to say. Let me know, like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content. And give me any feedback if y'all have any, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.